Hi you guys, and welcome back to Wallington Filming. Right, I'm going to show you how as a house bashers base coat a new plot. So for example, I'm going to start with this particular room. Now, if you're one of them painters that use one of these 9-inch rollers, I've got fuck all to say to you. So if you are, get it and chuck it away, because who the fuck would want to use a 9-inch roller or even a 12-inch roller? What you need is one of these babies, 15-inch roller, 15-inch scuttle, and a corner roller. Don't piss about 9 inches or 12 inches. Get yourself 15-inch roller and scuttle to match, because the quicker you get it done, the better it is for you. Because there's no worse than base coating houses out, because they're absolutely exhausting. And by the time you finish the big 4 or 5 bed, you're knackered and you ain't got no strength to do anything else. So why would you want to spend like 8 hours doing it with a 9-inch? Don't do it. Bin it. So right, basically, here we go. Corner roller, 15-inch roller, scuttle to match. Now, what I tend to do is I tip a whole tub of emulsion in, and I put at least 3 litres of water to that emulsion, because I'm not trying to do the walls to a finish. I'm trying to seal the plaster work with a coat of paint. So if I don't water it down, it's just going to sit on top of the plaster, which is no good, right? So you need to water it down so the plaster absorbs it in and the emulsion soaks in to the plaster work, right? So don't go base coating plots if they're soaking wet, because it's going to sit on top and it's going to flake. I'll tell you now, don't give a shit what anybody says. So let me show you how to base coat a room in a new build plot. First thing I'm going to do is the ceiling. Right, so load your roller up with paint, obviously. Get as close to the corners, get as close to the wall as possible, and just get it on. Now bear in mind, you're not trying to get a perfect finish, you're just doing basically a mist coat. But make sure that you don't leave it on heavy. It wants to be spread out quite evenly. Because a lot of guys whack it on and just leave it like thick on the walls and ceilings, and that's just going to make it harder for the painter, I'll tell you now. Put a decent amount of emulsion on, but spread it over, don't leave it thick. And ideally, you want to do the ceilings first before you touch the walls. I'll show you why in a minute. Right then guys, I'm going to start doing the wall area now. One thing I should point out is, due to the fact I'm an English painter, right, compared to the Yanks would be spraying this fucker, wouldn't they? Hey, but our gaffer don't want none of them spraying, because what he says is, oh, I don't want to spray out on the base coat because it leaves a really good coat, and the painters will just come in and touch the fucker up. So this is why we have to do it with roller, because we don't want them spraying out, because it'll do too much of a good job for us. So anyway, with that to one side, what I'm going to do is this wall area. Well, we'll do the whole wall area in this room. The reason we do the ceilings first is because when we're rolling these walls, when we come near these plug areas, they're full of bits of plaster. So if I do a bit of ceiling and then roll around the plugs, I'm going to pick up all the shit plaster out of them plugs and put it on the ceiling, and that bitty ceiling. So whoever comes to paint it is going to moan like fuck that there's bits all over the ceiling. So that's why we get them out of the way first. And you'll also notice there's a radiator going to go here. Now, what we tend to do is double coat that radiator area, and if you feel like, but not many of us do, we put a double coat around the plug so it's dead easy for when you come to paint it. But most guys only do that if they're going to like do the plot themselves at a later point. If they're not going to do it, they won't double behind their house and they won't double around the plugs. But for this example, I'm going to show you me doubling it up, because I'm one of the gaffer's blue-eyed boys, you know what I mean? Top earners. So let me get this wall area done. 15 inch roller. Now just bear in mind, I'm not trying to do a finished coat, it's just a mist coat. So if you're doing this in your own house, you want to get a good coat around them floors. Because if it's really thin coat, it's going to be a problem for later on. So the actual base coat or mist coat does affect the final coat. So if you don't get it on even, I mean some guys just lob it on and like leave it dead thick, and it's no good about it, because when emulsion goes hard, when emulsion dries it goes hard. Right, I've just finished that section there. So this would have soaked in quite a lot, so seeing as I'm a good boy, I'm just going to put an extra coat down there. There you go. So now you shouldn't have to take the radiator off to paint behind the rad when you're doing the proper paint, when you're doing the finishing paint job. And there's nothing worse than a thin base coat round plugs. Absolute nightmare for whoever's got to paint it. Right then, one of the requirements when we do a base coat is just put a coat on down the window reveals, makes it easier for whoever's coming to paint it next. Just seals the top a little bit. Quite a lot of house bashers tend to miss this and get bargaining for it, but yeah, it's dead easy, just put a... Not hard, just do that as close as you can without touching the window. Dead simple. Just seals it up a little bit. Right, yeah. So as you see, all this room has been base coated out. I'm not trying to do a finished product on the wall, it's just to seal the plaster. Time to get rid of the 15-inch and replace it with a corner roller. Now, these corner rollers, pick them up off eBay for about 15 quid. Here they are. And the secret with these is, don't put pressure on it. Let the actual roller sleeve do the work. Yeah? There you go. Let the roller sleeve do the work. Help put some paint on it. There you go. So all I'm doing is just slightly running that across and it's sealing the corners. Nothing worse than painting a plot that's been base coated out and the corners are not been done, because it just makes hard work for the cutting in. And I just tend to go around tops of these window reveals, because these are a bit of a nightmare as well when we're in bare plaster. This is actually one of the requirements of us basing these out, because he knows it only takes us half a day, so he wants the corners doing, which is fairly rough really. And a lot of people use what's called a striker which is basically a bit of a brush. You can either make your own, just a brush on the end of the stick. A lot of people make their own, or they buy them for about 20 quid. And the advantage with them is you can get that little bit in the corner as well. But I find them a bit slow and a bit messy, so I'd rather use this corner roller. Because I mean, 9 times out of 10 I wouldn't paint the pot anyway, so I think that little bit in the corner is a small price to pay. And I think you get a decent finish with this as well. Right then guys, that's it. The room's all based out. Like I say, ideally you should be having these sprayed, shouldn't you? Because you get a better finish and it's like near enough covered, bang on. But you know, our gaffer won't get anybody to do it, so we have to do it by roller. So there you go, 15-inch roller is what I use, not one of them stupid 9-inch or 12 inches. I mean, what wanker uses one of them, do you know what I mean? Hey, I've even seen some idiots put a black bag inside the scuttle just to keep it clean. Fucking hell, hey, the world's full of them, innit? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the content of this video. If you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe, press on that picture I'll take to the main channel and click subscribe. And don't forget to share with all your friends and family. So, from the Candleman, until next time, catch you later.
Thank you for watching Warrington Film.